Welcome to English Listening Journey. Imagine waking up one day and deciding that, no matter what, you will only speak English for the next 24 hours. No switching back to your native language, no easy translations, just pure English all day long. Sounds exciting? Or maybe a little scary? Well, that's exactly what I decided to do. In this video, I'll share my experience of speaking only English for 24 hours, the challenges I faced, and what I learned from this unique challenge. Why I took on this challenge. I wanted to improve my fluency, force myself to think in English, and get comfortable using the language in real situations. Speaking English all day seemed like the perfect way to push myself beyond my comfort zone. Many learners struggle with confidence when speaking, so I hope this experience would help me overcome hesitation and build natural speaking skills. Starting the day, the first few hours. The moment I woke up, I reminded myself, today is an English-only day. I started by thinking in English. Instead of letting my native language take over, I described everything around me in English. Breakfast time was my first real challenge. I spoke to myself in English while making my coffee. I'm boiling water now. I'll add sugar and milk. It felt strange at first, but I quickly adapted. Then came texting and phone calls. This was tough. I had to message my friends only in English. Some were confused, but they played along, and I realized that communicating in English through writing helped me structure my thoughts before speaking. Facing real challenges. By midday, I had to go outside. Ordering food, asking for directions, and shopping were real tests. Since I live in a non-English speaking country, I felt nervous using English with people who might not understand me. However, I discovered a trick, keeping sentences simple. Instead of complicated phrases, I used basic English. Can I have a coffee, please? How much is this? Thank you. Another challenge was dealing with unfamiliar words. Sometimes, I didn't know how to say something, and I had to either describe it in English or look it up quickly. This helped me develop a habit of thinking around problems instead of translating word for word. One of the funniest moments happened when I had to explain directions to someone in English. They didn't understand at first, but by using hand gestures and simple words, I managed to help them. That moment made me realize that confidence and creativity are more important than perfect grammar. Afternoon and evening, getting more comfortable. By the afternoon, something amazing happened. I started feeling more natural speaking in English. My thoughts were flowing more smoothly, and I wasn't hesitating as much. I even challenged myself by watching an English documentary without subtitles and narrating what I understood out loud. Dinner was another challenge. Talking to family in English felt awkward, but I stuck with it. I explained my challenge, and while they laughed at first, they respected my effort. By this point, I realized that my confidence had grown throughout the day. Later in the evening, I decided to call a friend who was also learning English. We talked about different topics, from daily life to future goals. This conversation was incredibly motivating because I could feel how much my speaking had improved in just one day. We even played a small game where we described objects around us using only English, which made the practice fun and engaging. Before going to bed, I reflected on the experience and wrote a short journal entry in English. Writing down my thoughts helped me process everything I had learned that day and made me appreciate the progress I had made in such a short time. Lessons I learned from this challenge. Thinking in English is key. When I forced myself to think in English, speaking became easier and faster. Confidence matters more than grammar. Making mistakes is okay. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Immersion works. The more you surround yourself with English, the more natural it becomes. Keep it simple. Using basic, clear sentences makes speaking easier and less stressful. Enjoy the process. Learning should be fun. I laughed at my mistakes, and that made the experience better. Speaking is a muscle. Just like exercising, the more you practice speaking, the stronger your skills become. Challenging yourself speeds up progress. Putting yourself in uncomfortable situations forces you to learn faster and adapt. Final thoughts. Speaking only English for 24 hours was challenging, but incredibly rewarding. I felt a real improvement in my fluency, and I realized how much progress I could make just by pushing myself out of my comfort zone. If you're learning English, I highly recommend trying this challenge, even for just a few hours. Would you take on this challenge? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching English Listening Journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Keep learning, keep improving, and see you in the next video.